Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's right after midnight here in Colorado on the full moon eclipse in Cancer. So this reading is going to be what's considered a timeless reading, but it's extremely potent. Obviously, at this time right now, and as we take this course into 2020. Okay, this is your girl Nala FA for FA Nation Live. This is being recorded live, so if there's a bit of in and out, it could be because of buffering just from a live stream, but you should be able to access this whenever. Okay, return back to this reading. It may do very well for you. This is going to be for all the signs. Okay, so yes, this is a timeless reading. Okay, whenever you find this reading, it may be on time for you at that moment. So no matter if it is a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now, it could still be very, very relevant for you. Okay, now let's get into what we're experiencing. So, full moon. The moon has reached its fullest peak, okay? And we have an eclipse of this with this full moon. Excuse me. An eclipse with this full moon. And sorry, guys, you girls is an active practitioner, so I've been working with a lot of elements today, so I'm a little bit tired, but this is what I wanted to get done. But anyway, but a full moon is the full cumulation of light. Okay, so everything that from the time of a new moon, which is the newest cycle when the moon is pretty much not visible in the sky, and as it makes this transition to the full moon point, this is a time from which the new moon brings us is a time for planting, and the full and as we move onto the full moon, okay, everything reaches its peak. Okay, now what ends up happening after a full moon is that there is a release of everything that possibly needs to fall away in order to bring into full fruition over the next month, 2 months, year, however long those changes. Okay, so some people find that from the time of a full moon to a new moon, they have to release a lot of things that no longer serve them as far as their intentions or as far as your intentions. It may be a change. This is a much more this time around as far as this full moon. The it's a little bit different. Essentially, we have full moons every just about every month. New moon, sometimes we'll have a blue moon in which we have two full moons within 1 month period. What makes this a little bit different is that we have these places being activated with the north node and the south node. The north node is a destiny point from for in your birth chart. It signifies a place where your destination, okay, your individual soul's journey, the point in which one is traveling. And your south node is just about representative of past life things that you brought in from a past life. And right now, with us having a full moon and an eclipse in these two destiny points, this is a very powerful climax, especially coming after a very powerful week as it relates to the sign of Capricorn and all of the places that are in Capricorn, which relate to um, our structures, our government, the things in which are put into place to make sure everything runs smoothly, our hierarchies, okay, the acquisition of wealth, long-standing wealth, the structures in which we work for, corporations, government head officials, and that sort of thing. As you notice, we've been seeing a lot of things coming to the light. Okay, yes, has a lot to do with 2020, but a lot of this is the activity in the sign of Capricorn, in which there's a lighting of the houses, the house that controls the structure. that we live in, so that anything going on with the government, our president here in the U.S., situations going across the world, okay, these things are being put on spotlight. And what 2020 brings us is clarity in these things, okay? So with the clarity in these things, we're able to see what may have been unseen, okay? We're, as a collective, okay, we are seeing past the veil and seeing the truth behind the motivations of our governing bodies, our structure, the way that we structure ourselves, and the structures we adhere to. All of those things are being put on display. Another thing too that I find, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this and deviate a little bit from the monthly readings, is that as we move into 2020, what you may notice is that your psychic abilities and your abilities to see through things, whether you want to see it or not, they're heightened. Okay, they're very much heightened. And you may even come into almost understanding the understanding that you can have when you're watching something or someone, or wanting to know what's really going on. These things are not going to be too far-fetched for you to see the truth in matters, okay? You will be able to see it. Now, with that said, you also want to, this year in 2020 is going to be major for watching what one consumes, okay? It is a 4 energy, which correlates to Cancer energy. So the things that you care about, the things that you feel comfortable in, can really be a crutch, especially if there are patterns, okay, negative patterns. It's easy in this time frame, especially when we do have sight and we do have empathy, to fall into negative past behaviors and that sort of thing. This could lead to obsession over some things. This could lead to self-esteem issues. This could lead to measuring yourself up against something outside of yourself. It can lead to being delusional in that way. It can lead to, in if we put it down to basic terms, in relationships, it can lead to attaching. Okay, staying attached, even if a relationship you feel as though it's over, you feel as though it serves no purpose. You can feel all of these things, but if we slip into negative habits, we can become comfortable within our delusions, okay? So you can either take this year and moving into this new decade, um being willing, having a willingness to see things, even if it's uncomfortable to hear, even if it's critiqued, even if you're critiquing yourself, you can feel comfortable in standing on your own too, irregardless to what the popular opinion is. You don't go with the flow. You can feel comfortable with balancing one's emotions and feel comfortable, get yourself comfortable with knowing that whatever it is that you have and what you do may not be considered the norm, okay? It may not be considered the thing that could comfort other people. That's perfectly fine, okay? It is about establishing new comfort, new comfortability with change, okay? Got a major transit that's going to be taking place in the sign of Taurus, okay? And shout out to all of my Tauruses. I am a Taurus moon, okay? So shout out to my Taurus sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs, because Uranus will be going direct in the sign of Taurus. So this is major, especially if you are an earth sign individual. Now, Uranus, we will do a separate thing about Uranus, because there's not enough information, unfortunately, about the transit of Uranus and Taurus. It is quite a different animal than the transit of Uranus in Aries, okay, which is what we came out of. The transit in Aries with Uranus energy was crazy, okay? It could be crazy for those who experience that transit as native, okay? But we're going to get into how this full moon brings things to full culmination, and what to expect with over the next 2 weeks, 2 months, and even 2 years, as it relates to what you manifest after you do this release. A lot of you will be releasing quite a bit. It's just, don't look at it as a loss, and look at it as much needed pruning, okay? If you do not prune your bush, then the weeds Okay, just to put it in gardening terms, the weeds, the stems, the dead flowers and branches could really retard the growth of any plants. Okay, so and this card just popped as we were live, and so we seen the card of sacrifice. All right, this is like the Ten of Swords. So this is the situation. We have to be, in order for us to finally be able to take out the poison, okay, we have to let it be released. All right. Oh wow, you guys are talking tonight, child. And then coach a basis, learning new ways of the world. Is that not the truth? Okay, that's what the full moon definitely is going to be bringing. But we're going to go from sign to sign. So I'm going to pull your game plan, okay, for each sign. I'm going to go ahead and get these shuffled for Aries through Pisces. We're going to look at the game plan, and then we're going to look at what's being released after this full moon. Okay, this will give us an idea of what you're manifesting, or what the goal for you individually in your sign, sun, moon, or rising, what you're going to be manifesting. Okay, and shout out to my Capricorns. Happy birthday. Your reading will be coming up tomorrow. I may skip you ahead, okay, because it is still your birthday season and we are in Capricorn season, so it don't get no more direct than that. Okay, it don't get no more direct, and I believe that our 10th housers do need to know what's going on with them. Okay, seeing that it is their season. And I'm a Capricorn sun, so child, I just had a birthday, so the whole month, the whole season is my birthday. That's how we get down. Anyway, Aries through Pisces. Let's get us in order. Aries through Pisces. Aries through Pisces. Aries through Pisces. Let's get this order. Aries through Pisces. Okay, so got that right there. All right. And so we're getting these ready to rock and roll. Okay. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Aries. All right. So the game plan for you here, the GOAT. Okay. All right. The game plan here, we have the devils. I find that funny because this is the devil card for Aries. Okay. So this is the thing, Aries. Don't allow life to get your GOAT. Okay. You could be dealing with what is this? You could be dealing with a Capricorn individual, but try not to let life get your goat. Okay, try not to do that. All right. You have some things that, for some of my Aries, what you need to release are going to be addictions. Okay, obsessions. Okay, if you find that you are obsessing over something, if you find that you are watching something, you're waiting for something to crash, you're waiting for something to burn. You may feel this way about an ex, a past lover. You're waiting for someone to get their just due. Okay, this is a time in which doing so actually puts you at odds with your goals. Okay, with the devil card here, you become a slave to the thing that you're watching and hoping for. Okay, and it's unfortunate because a lot of times, Aries, you are a very sociable sign. If you're in this state of being, other people feel that. Okay, maybe people who are not even responsible for this. Okay, so this is something that the game plan is to release this. Okay, it's a lot of frustration here, a lot of frustration, Aries. So we need to get to the bottom of that. It would be definitely therapeutic for one to release that from their psyche, so that this right here isn't your own personal prison. You know? Okay, here we go. Let's get 4 cards for the sign of Aries of what is being released here in this full moon. I just find this so funny. Yeah, I'm feeling like a lot of bitterness. A lot of bitterness. Some of you definitely need spirituals. I would definitely recommend you guys got to stay tuned for spiritual bathing. Okay, some kind of cleansing. It's like you're carrying some heaviness on you. Some of my Aries may be feeling a bit entitled. Okay, a bit entitled to something that isn't yours to be entitled to. And it may be a time right now just for your own goodness, okay, to release that. No one owes you anything. And the thing about that, that's beautiful about that, is you don't owe anyone anything. Okay? You don't owe anyone anything, and you definitely don't owe a person all of your energy, all of your chi. But with this devil card, you can be just giving your energy away, causing yourself a lot of frustration. Let's get it. We have the Hermit card, okay? The Two of Coins trying to balance the King of Coins, Taurus energy, and the Ten of Swords, Aries, okay? And it all started with a wish of love, with a cup of love. It all started there. So some of this could be relationships, okay? Possibly you feeling scorned in a relationship, maybe with a Taurus individual or a Virgo individual. There's some stalking that's going on here, okay, Aries, and it may be that this person is stalking you, having possessive energy over you, but you're also sharing this energy as well, okay? You're sharing this energy as well, and you want to be careful with that because it can be all consuming. And again, it's like you're trying to the universe is trying to help you release this toxic energy, okay? It doesn't have to be necessarily a person, it could be behaviors. And maybe you feel that you're not really getting to the coins, like you're dressed for the part, but maybe it's not happening for you, or the process of doing so is really painful. Some of you may be experiencing some back pain, major back pain, especially around the shoulders and the spine area. Some of you may lack a backbone or feel like you lack a backbone, and this has maybe been challenged, and it's causing you a great deal of discomfort. Okay, great deal of discomfort, and that's very uneasy. It looks like you're searching for something, okay, but it's like you're maintaining some sort of juggle, and you're really walking a tight line here, Avery. So this here definitely needs to be released. Whatever you're focusing on that you know is toxic, if you're trying to beat someone out, you're trying to, trying to exact justice, I want you to consider something. I really do. I want you to really consider this. Whatever you may have felt that was maybe done unto you, a lot of times in life, it could be the things that we've done ourselves, okay? Things in which we were not very just to ourselves. It's just like a ripple effect, okay? And by you staying in this negative place, entertaining a negative relationship, entertaining negative friend groups, gossip, trying to control a situation, if you are being subjugated to manipulation, you're being manipulative. And I'm not talking, and let's not take the word manipulation. Listen, I manipulate energy, okay? I am a practitioner. But if you're taking it to a point of where in order to feel satisfied with your life, you must manipulate an outcome for whoever, that hate is so great in you, okay? I understand that you're a warring sign, but the thing about a soldier is that they're sent out by the king, okay? They're sent out by their nation. It's not a personal fight. It is a fight to secure the kingdom, okay? So what is the point of the fight if all you're doing is staying within a toxic viewpoint, okay? What's the point, okay? You're going up against the GOAT. And no one beats the devil at their own game. Nobody. You know? So the best way to alleviate something like this, okay, is to rise above it. Okay? The key word is no one beats the devil at their own game. Okay? One must rise above it completely. Okay? All right, next up we have Taurus. 9 of balls. Okay? Strikeout. Okay? So Taurus, we have the Nine of Balls here, striking out. So what this looks like here, Taurus, whatever you're swinging at, Taurus, this is what we want to release, is this sensation or feeling of striking out, okay? Not quite hitting it out the park. This is a time in which we want to release this here. This could definitely be like a Nine of Swords. This is the equivalent to Nine of Swords, okay? And so we want to make sure that we are prepped and primed, okay, to win the game. Our head is in the game, okay? Our focus is there. We're sighted, okay, Taurus. And whatever is causing you, I'm almost feeling like some kind of internal nervousness. That's something that you want to put to rest, okay? So let's go ahead and get 4 cards for the sign of Taurus. And mind you guys, these are readings for what you're releasing. So they're not always going to be positive, okay? Some may have very positive outcomes, but it just depends on what everything is you know, what's going on in your life, okay? All right, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. I already see this, the Eight of Cups. All right. Seven of Swords. All right. It's time to release. For some of you, it's time for you to assume this position. Okay. I seen this for Taurus. A couple of months ago, we had a main channel. This is our new channel. I actually hid the main channel because with this, we're going to start doing everything from this channel. So I still have that, and I'm going to be uploading videos from our old channel, and maybe relaunching it once we've uploaded all those videos that are pertinent here. But everything's been pretty much reset. But Taurus, what I'm seeing here is that you were supposed to assume this position in this role, okay? With the Queen of Wands, there's no negotiating with power. It's just the application of power, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? So this requires us to leave behind what does not serve us. I can speak to this. I do have a Taurus moon, so I understand. It's a lot of things that you have to leave with, you know, with power comes great responsibility. So therefore, anything that's petty, that's draining, anything that doesn't serve you, it's time to walk away from it, okay? Because the truth be told is that it is a trickster energy, okay? This energy is a thief in the night. The more you give to it and you don't assume your power, the more it takes from you, okay? And that right there isn't going to be worth your time. The truth be told is what you gain here is the 10 of coins. This is a very good omen. Okay. What you gain is by leaving is being able to rock out with your, you know, cock out. Okay. We got celebrations for you too. Okay. So long as that don't serve you and that are not emotionally fulfilling, because to continue to go down that path, you strike out. Okay, you're not hitting anything out of the park. Okay, and to remedy that situation, the best thing to do here is to assume a role of creative expression. All right, of dominance. You have Uranus going directing your sign. You have the power of change and innovation right there in your hands. Okay, so yeah, Taurus, it's time. Is anything that's beneath you that isn't of your high quality and isn't of your standard, it's time to kibosh. You don't have to you don't have to say a word about it. Okay, the Seven of Swords can also talk about you getting away scot-free, you know, leaving behind what no longer serves you. It depends on how you play it, but don't let the situation play you, in other words. Okay, Taurus, with you having that Seven of Swords, it's time to get your belongings and get gone, because this is what you stand to gain, that 10 of coins, Capricorn energy. Okay, you don't, and also too, this is also a warning. Your don't let people in so quickly on what your moves are. Okay, move with have a late have mystery around your move. Don't let everyone in to know how you're moving. Okay, um uh have a little bit of a covering, a veil. Okay, it works out very well for you. All right, but to continue to do things out in the open, okay, for at least the next couple of months, okay? Doing things out in the open, fighting fights that no longer serve you, doing that, getting into all of that, that's striking you out, okay? It's about putting all of this focus on yourself. You are going to be an absolute powerhouse with this Uranus going direct in the sign of Taurus, okay? It is sudden changes, okay? It's sudden changes. You need to be that's the word I was looking for. You want to be unpredictable because anything that you're going up against is predictable. This is the reason why you're able to move the way you are. But you don't owe anyone a heads up about how you're going to move. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. You got to release that. You got to release that energy of feeling as though you owe anyone an explanation. And a lot of times for Taurus, it's not everyone. It's not the public, right? It's not the public that you owe an explanation to. A lot of times it can be loved ones or people who are close to you, people who depend on you. But for what you have coming up, you don't have the option, okay? Move in silence, all right, but make moves, definitely, because this year is going to be what sets you up for some time to come. All right, guys, I can't wait to upload those videos from our original channel. Okay, we have everything. I could reactivate the channel, but I want to upload the channel because I want to show you some things that you can do with this energy, Taurus, that is going to be outstanding as it relates to your business life, your educational life, and even your personal life. Take advantage of this transit over the next 7 years. Some of you will literally level up your life if you utilize Uranus properly. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Gemini. The game plan for you, Gemini, is Coach of Myths, learning new ways of heart and spirit. Okay, so definitely maybe a very much more emotional time. You may be releasing a lot of walls, a lot of barriers. Okay, willingness to be coached too, willingness to be open, okay, to people and situations and circumstances that benefit you, not looking at the world as if it's so cold. Okay, you do have Uranus transiting. For those of you who are Gemini rising, I'm a Gemini rising, you have Uranus transiting your 12th house. Okay, even if you are a Gemini sun sign, there is something to solar houses as well. You have this energy in your dreams, okay, and it literally looks like ancestor energy. You may have older people coming to you to offer you help. Okay, one thing about older people is that they have a wealth of wisdom. Okay, they have a wealth of knowledge, and some of them may even provide you support. So if you have business ventures, you may have those people a little bit more mature that may actually sponsor you. Okay, so that's an scene. All right, but you have to be willing to receive. Don't be so skeptical or cynical about where the love and the help coming from. Release that, because the universe is actually sending you the wisdom that you've probably been praying for, the direction that you've been praying for. So keep on it. All right, especially after having this here, after working so hard on something and dealing with something that was petty, dealing with something that was more distraction than anything, extra hard because of spending too much time looking at the distraction. Okay, so let's go ahead and get 4 cards for the sign of Gemini. Guys, once this video posts, if you're watching this after we've done it, if you have questions, if you would like to reach out to me, anything about you would like to know about our services and that we offer, everything will be in the description box. Also, once this video is posted, I'm going to have a link probably here or here. How do I point this? Here or there or everywhere. Okay, I have links towards the end of this video of our other signs, so you can read, get a reading for your sun, moon, rising. We also are going to have some specials that are coming out here in the month of January going into February to get you guys acquainted with me. Okay, all right, so let's get ahead and go ahead and get into it. For the sign of Gemini, sun, moon, rising. Gemini, sun, moon, rising. What are the 4 energies for the sign of Gemini under this full moon? What are the messages that we need to hear? All right, Gemini, we have justice. Okay, All right, Gemini. Okay, you're getting some justice in a situation. So now things are starting to feel balanced. You feel supported. You have the right elements in place. Gemini, this is going to be fantastic for you. So long as you learn to pull down those walls that you've been putting up. Gemini, I know it hasn't been easy, right? But you have so many things to look forward to. Okay. And when you see the justice card, any unfairness that has been experienced, you're going to see balance. You could be dealing with a Libra individual, but this is more or less talking about your experience and what is to be gained and the wisdom that comes from you opening yourself up to being sponsored by the universe. Okay. So think of it like that. The sponsorship may come through people, circumstances, and situations. I can speak to this. Gemini rising signs matter, okay? But what I'm seeing when you see the justice here is that you're doing justice for yourself, and you're able to also experience getting things that are your just due, okay? All right. We also have the Hermit here. We have the Hierophant. So you got a lot. Do you see 1, 2, 3? We have 3 major arcana. So Gemini, this is a major point for you. Let's see. This is that the full moon is taking place too in your second house. In your house, second house is your house of values. And if you are Gemini rising, is a good chance that the North Node is in your second house. My North Node is in Cancer, so my North Node naturally is in my second house. But if you're Gemini rising, look at this. A lot of things are going to be made law. Like this justice that is happening for you, this is something in which you've been looking for quite some time. Okay, looking for quite some time, and you finally getting it. Okay, and it's not something that can be turned around or turned upside down quickly. Okay, it's something that has some permanence to it. So whatever groups you're moving into, maybe even revisiting the look that you have, revisiting how you show up in the world, you are really standing as a person who may be a authority. Okay, someone that people can go to for advice. All right, this is fantastic for you. All right, and look at this long-term success and goals. What did I tell you? I told you, Gemini. I told you. Look at this. Coach of Miss, learning new ways of the heart and spirit, and then long-term financial investments coming to you. The way that the Knight of Coins can be assessed is that it can be something that takes, it's the slowest knight in the deck, but the way that most people interpret it is that something takes a long time to get to you. The way that I personally see the Knight of Coins is long term, consistent, passive, growing income. Okay, something that's constantly coming to you, something that doesn't burn itself out easily. It's seeds that you planted that are positive that continue to deposit into your bank accounts. And I can speak to that personally. Okay, so shout out to my Geminis. All right, that now Gemini, you actually do have a stand-up reading so long as you open up to the right sponsors and the right energies. You have long-term success in this thing, no matter what it is. This could even be opening up into relationships. Some of you may be experiencing marriage after some time of being dating or meeting someone who is a long-term relationship. This may be something, a long-term, an engagement or an offer that is set to last for a long while. Okay, Gemini, so you could be experiencing that. All right, now remember guys, these readings are for your sun, moon, rising, so make sure you check that. Okay, let's go ahead and get the next card for the sign of Cancer. Okay, so Cancer, we have the breaks. Okay, and this is like the wheel of fortune for the sign of Cancer. So we are truly releasing the past. Whatever fear you have, it's a wrap. Okay, Cancer, you are the destiny point. Shout out to those of you who have North Node in Cancer. All right, so Cancer, this is the break. This is your year. Okay, this is your year to shine. You have so much positivity coming towards you. The wheel of fortune is in your court, literally. Okay, it's like you having your own baseball card. Okay, the hero. All right, the hero. So take forward this year and do the best. Okay, do the best to absorb everything in. This also can speak to having to having the ability to release any false imagery, any false feeling of lack, okay? Any feelings of poverty, any poverty mindset. This full moon is going to ask you to release that, okay? Release that. It has no more place in your life. Okay, give me 4 cards for the sign of Cancer. So justice wanted to come out, but I'm still going to get 4 cards. Okay, some of you could be dealing with Libra energy, but you have justice, okay, coming through for you. Let's go ahead and get 4 cards for the sign of Cancer. We have the 4 of Coins, the 9 of Swords. See, I told you, releasing the feelings of lack and poverty. Releasing this 4 of Coins is holding on for dear life, okay? Holding on for dear life. This person is literally, they're like a pirate. Okay, you see the ship in the background, and they have this bounty. They've been able to break into someone else's treasure. Okay, so holding on to something makes you like a target for someone to come right on in and take it right from up under you. And this may be something that you're worried about. What is for you, Cancer. Okay, and this is what this full moon is trying to show you. All right, so tightly actually works against you because it changes your vibration to a poverty mind state. Okay, and 3 of Cups, and then the World card. Okay, major. This is Saturnian energy. Okay, you have support with this 3 of Cups. You have support, but it's time to leave behind a situation in a state of mind of poverty in relationship partners, poverty in choices that we make, poverty in the things we settle for. Okay, it's time to leave that behind. It no longer serves you. Okay, it's time for a new world, a new outlook on the world. The world isn't as cold. It's as cold as we make it. Is what I'm getting. All right. It's as cold as we make it. Make sure you check out the Cancer reading for January. All right. But it's time to release again. That poverty mind state does us no good. All right, Cancer. All right. So let's go ahead and give these a quick shuffle. And then we're moving on to the sign of Leo. All right, Leo, we have 3 of Bases. Playing it safe, Leo. Playing it safe. All right, it's time to release that. Something about playing it safe really deters you. Maybe what you are counting on, the things that you count on, you don't count those eggs in your basket before they hatch. All right, don't count on it. Playing it safe in every avenue won't serve you. Doing things the way you always did it won't serve you. Okay, so this is one of the things that I'm seeing here. We have the 3 of Bases. Okay, all right. Possibly there could be changes that change up our world, but by us playing it safe all the time, we miss out on opportunities to really see ourselves thrive. Okay, so then let's get 3 cards for the sign of Leo. Give me 3 cards. Well, I actually meant 4 cards, but 4 of Coins. So you guys may be dealing with a Cancer individual in their playing it safe energy. Let's go ahead and get 2 shuffles, and I'm going to pull 3 more cards for you. Holding back, okay? Holding back leaves you open to be taken for, okay? The things you're trying to keep safe, the things you're trying to keep sacred, and by playing it safe opens you right up to have it taken from you, okay? This is even holding back feelings and emotions. Not examining your true feelings and emotions can put you in a place of vulnerability that's unnecessary. Okay, and this full moon is going to, for you, this would be taking place in your 12th house. Full moon in Cancer is taking place in your 12th house. So, Leo, whatever it is that you're holding on to, that you're fixated on, it seems it leaves you unnecessarily vulnerable, because it's almost like you're not trusting yourself to strike out on your own and do something that's innovative. All right, we have the Tower card. So be careful about being stagnated in this time, because it could definitely create a tower moment for you. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, definitely that Cancer energy. This is about you being disconnected from your intuition, not being connected to the intuition, not knowing what the limits are or the unlimited bounds are. Like you're not, is your compass is spinning and we're not able to see where we're going. Okay, or who we're dealing with. And then you're met with this Queen of Swords energy here. There's two Queen energies here. Leo, this may be a little bit far fetched, but if you're dating right now and you're dating someone who's holding back from you, there could, especially if you're a female Leo, there are two women. Okay, could be a Libra situation and also a Cancer situation. Okay, and this, trying to stay in a safe environment, you may be opening yourself up to be taken. Okay, your resources, what you have to offer, they're to be taken advantage of potentially by someone, because you're not connected to your intuition and you're not cutting it out from your life. All right, so what will happen is when we don't act in ways that that lift us up or exalt us, we then are faced with maybe adversaries or people in our life to serve as a reminder or serve as some sort of example of what we should be incorporating in our life. So you may experience that the people outside of you are easily connected to their intuition and know how to cut things off because of a lack that you have in being able to do so. Okay, possibly you are staying in a situation because of ego and this drive to conquer and drive to win, when the truth be told is that this here leaves you open to be taken for Leo. All right, so be careful about that. Playing is safe because this is what you expect. You expect something to work a certain way. You expect a certain outcome. You feel like you can almost be certain that things are going to be that way. That's not going to serve you with this full moon energy, Leo. So be careful with that. Release the expectation of knowing what's going to happen, being so certain about things. Okay, and playing is safe. Playing is safe could actually leave you wide open and be taken for. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but that's the energy I'm getting. So the next up we have Virgo. We have here the Catcher. Okay, the Catcher, this is saying here that it may be time to release some of the habits of having to playing the savior. Okay, there may be a need to release who you are. Maybe um, what's the best way to say it? Who you are focusing on to save. Okay, uh, we are all capable of saving ourselves unless you are in a position to counsel someone, consult. You know, you're brought in to consult with people. Be careful about putting yourself on the line to catch people who are out of bounds. Okay, that may be something that you learn a major lesson over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, and the next 6 months about with this major eclipse. Is we all have the ability to save ourselves. Okay, by you stepping in and trying to save someone else, you may be really doing a disservice to that person because you're not allowing them to go through their karmic lessons. And this is something I've had to learn. Okay, I'm double earth. And there's just this urge to want to help people, but sometimes, no good deed goes unpunished. Sometimes you stepping in to be the glue or the fluid that helps someone, you actually end up hurting them, and they don't get the lesson and they become more of a burden for you. So be careful about that, Virgo. Okay, as we move into 2020, you know, be mindful of releasing your need to be everyone's mom. Okay, everyone's dad, everyone's savior. Okay, it's not about saving yourself, but if you're on an airplane, they do tell you to put the oxygen mask on you first before you go and make sure everyone else is okay. All right, so that's kind of what I'm trying to get to. Okay, so let's go ahead and get 4 cards for the sign of Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising. What are the messages for the sign of Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay. We have the Tower card. Okay, Virgo. Okay. Maybe that's the tower we need. We have 6 of Wands, victory. The Hermit card, there you go, Virgo. And then the Sun card, okay? So it literally reads the way this is. It's almost as if, yeah, you get to the point, Virgo. I think you learn very early after this full moon and moving into 2020 that whatever is gonna fall is gonna fall. Okay, whatever is not going to be able to stand. If the foundation isn't solid, let it fall over. Okay, because it is when we do this, okay, that we are able to then open ourselves up for victory. Okay, Virgo. So yes, darling. All right. And it is an inner thing. It's about going within. Okay, this can be some stalkerific energy, but it's like you're stalking yourself for your own inner light and illumination with the Sun card. You could be dealing with a Leo individual. We also have Scorpio on the board, but this is about you taking that trip within yourself. I just spoke on this. You know, you can't make this shit up. Okay, when you take the inner look within yourself, you're looking at this light here. And it's about time to turn the lights on within you. A lot of solar plexus work, okay, is what's going to be coming into view for you. Cancer is sextiling Virgo, and Capricorn, which is where the sun is now, i.e. the Sun card, is in Capricorn. You have a lot of positive flowing energy towards you. You're going to have Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. You're going to have Pluto. Yes, Saturn is going to stay in the sign of Capricorn. You have Uranus going direct in the sign of Taurus. So for you, you're getting these energies from both sides, okay? And if you utilize this energy properly, this is Uranus in Scorpio energy, the Tower card. So the alignment is Uranus in Scorpio. When you allow for this Tower card to take place, this is where your victory comes from, Virgo. Okay. It allows you to see your inner illumination and inner light, and where you can appreciate it for yourself. Okay. And instead of going around and having to save people, okay, being a savior, you become an example for people to start to understand how to incorporate your wisdom into their life, and then they start to save themselves. That's the goal here, okay, is that they're able to take the wisdom, instead of taking for granted the wisdom that you give your friends, your family members, your loved ones, the people who you marry. Instead of you feeling as though you're being taken for granted, people actually see it as chicken noodle soup to the soul, and it helps give them the proper direction to get their life together, because then you start to focus your energy on your own life, and you start to make wins here. Okay, because now you take that critical thinking mind and energy to yourself, and you come out a much better version of yourself in 2020 and going forward into this new decade. Okay, I really, really love that for the sign of Virgo. That's beautiful. Okay, shout out to all of my Virgos. All right, so then let's go up next. What we have up next? All right, okay, Libra. Libra. We have the 9 of Bats. Okay, this is the 9 of Wands. Okay, and it shows that this puts you out of a sort. Okay, it takes you out of the game. We got to release attitudes, energies, and belief systems that take us out of the game. Okay, Libra, that is what's going to come to fruition with this full moon. Whatever is constantly keeping you out of the game, it's time to release that. All right, could be dealing with some fire energy there, but yeah, it's taking you out, and it doesn't serve you well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get 4 cards for the sign of Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. We have the Six of Wands, the Empress energy, Taurus energy, and on a low scale, your energy. But we have the Devil card, Capricorn energy. We are in Capricorn season in the Five of Wands. I see exactly what the heck is going on. And Libra, you're working so hard for some sort of aim. Okay, this is what you wanted. And it kind of makes me mad. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me mad a little bit for the sign of Libra, because this is what all of us, at least speaking from the feminine aspect, it really kind of upsets me a little bit, because this is what most of I can't speak for other women, but for the feminine dynamic and even the masculine, no matter if you're male or female Libra, this is what we all want. We all want to have a sense of victory in our life. We all want the seeds that we plant to grow, have the opportunity to be birthed forth. Okay. Not anything to stop that birth. Okay. We all want the things that we invest our time and our energy into, and what we had such high hopes and high dreams for, right? We all want to see that come into fruition. Okay. And it hurts and it burns when it doesn't. So I understand this, Libra. I do. I get it. I get it. And right now, what's difficult is being able to let go of this dream deferred, or maybe even an unrequited love, okay? But it's hard for you because it is something that you're attached to. You guys need to maybe rewind and go and check out the Aries reading, because they got the Devil card as what they needed to mainly release and focus on. But it looks like it's hard for you to let go. But the thing about it is, if this is a relationship, you're in constant competition for this person, for this situation, and it is taking you out, okay, of the game. It's taking you out of the game, and it's not serving your highest good. Okay. And it's about releasing with this full moon those the toxicity. Okay. The Devil card could be great. This is a karmic relationship too, because with the Devil card, that also says that, because essentially the devil is a reflection of our own demons. You know what I'm saying, Libra? It's not always a person outside of us. Okay, it takes a great energy to stand up and like this and actually play the devil. But the truth be told is that this is a reflection of our own insecurities, our own demons that we have, and not a person. It's not a one person situation. It is a lesson that we need to learn, and it's essential for us to learn. And sometimes we don't learn it the first go around, and it does become a personal devil if we become addicted to the ebb and flow of energies that don't suit us. And with this Five of Wands, there's so much pettiness and arguments. This is what is taking you away from your focus, okay? Some of you may have invested in a man. Something could have happened with the relationship. You came in, made you feel beautiful, made you feel, desirable, made you feel all of these things. Some of you, and I apologize if there was a loss, okay, as it relates to fertility. Okay, you could have been with a man or a woman, okay, someone that you've had children with, okay, and you thought that this was going to be something that was victorious, okay, and I can't say it's your fault, because you were given reason to believe. It really does look like you were given reason to believe that it would lead to something more. Come to find out, what this did was it showed us where we may have been dreaming and we were not actualizing, because going for this, it raised up a lot of the things we're addicted to, and the things it's hard for us to release, because we're in constant turmoil trying to gain this thing that may have been an apparition. This right here is not an apparition. It's just the source from which we were trying to go for it was. Does that make sense? So maybe we need to take this time of release, Libra, to reset and re-go. Okay. This is still very much yours to have, but the source from which you're trying to gain it, that was a falsehood. Okay. You remember, the other half of the Empress is Libra. So you are showing up in your own reading. Victory is yours so long as you reset your compass. Okay. All right. Much love. That was pretty rough, but it's time to release that thing, that no longer serves us. Let's move on to the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio, your full reading is coming up. Libra, I believe your full reading is coming up, and I believe we got Virgo too. Okay. Anywho, so the sign of Scorpio, we have power. Okay, power. All right, this could be the strength card. Okay, in the traditional tarot, but what we're releasing here is maybe a need to control a situation. I know if I'm talking to a Scorpio, they're like, "What you say now, bitch?" But if you are overly controlling a situation, remember what is brittle and what is static can easily be broken. Okay, the more brittle it is and the more static it is, it's not flexible like bamboo. So there may be a need for you to release trying to control situations that are not in your control. You are not sovereign to be in control of it. You don't have the authority to control this because it's out of your control. Okay, and the reason for this is because it takes power away from you to try to control something that isn't your jurisdiction to do so. Does that make sense? You want to make sure that you put that energy into controlling and moving things around in your life, because this is how your power strengthens. Okay, all right. Okay, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and get you a couple of shuffles, and we'll put down a couple of cards here for you. Could be dealing with a Leo individual too with that power card. Some of you are trying to control a mechanism in love, in a love situation, love offers, wanting new love, trying to control someone who gave you love. Okay. Okay. Scorpio, Tower card. A lot of people are getting the Tower card too. It may be a necessary Tower card, but there's some defensiveness. See, this is that control. This is what I meant by that control. Trying to control something outside of yourself. You see how that works? Now we're up in arms with the Seven of Wands card. And things are kind of going to pieces with the Tower card. That is your energy. So you are in your own reading right now. Okay. We have, especially in a love relationship, the lovers, you need to make a choice. Or choice. I felt like it was love relationship, a love offer. Listen, release the need for control, okay? You will get what you need in a balanced relationship, but it must not come from you holding the reins so tightly, okay? That's not the way that even love will flow, okay? This is what we want. We want the lovers, we want the romanticism, we want that balance. Okay, we want our lover or those who we admire to come to us openly, willingly, and freely with a cup of love. Okay, we want that innocence and that youth and vitality, but we don't get that by trying to control a situation. So if this is love related, this is what it feels like, which looks like a stark difference between this. It's time to release this need to control the love situation and to come from a place of 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 vulnerability. Okay? Because if you can't be vulnerable in your love life, it's not a love situation. It's a arrangement. Okay? So you must decide now how you want to play this out, because 2020, this doesn't look like a good look as it relates to love. It seems like constant fighting, having to constantly defend yourself, having to defend your position instead of people. If this is not love, you want people to naturally choose you and place you in those roles instead of you having to defend why you're there. Okay. And that can even translate into the love department as well. Okay, Scorpio. So then let's go on to Sagittarius. All right. So we have Sagittarius, the coach. Okay. This is putting your 2 cents in where it's not needed, Sagittarius. Watch putting your foot in your mouth. Okay. This may be a need to really release this right now. Okay. In You want to be open to the gameplay and see the true gameplay from all sides. Okay, putting your foot in the mouth, counting on how you're going to win the game before you actually see how your opponent is playing is asinine. Okay, so Sagittarius, you will be asked to release that with this full moon. You're not going to be asked, it's going to be forced out of you. Okay. All right. You may be coaching people on some things, and then what ends up happening is it backfires because you're not seeing the plan 360 degrees around. You're not seeing it 360 degrees around. Okay. So just be careful about this, Sag. Okay. You are absolutely brilliant, but sometimes with the mundane things, when it's non-spiritual, some of the approaches could be impractical, and it is due to you not having the time to listen and see things from a different perspective, and you just kind of saying things that come to you. But right now you may be asked to re-examine it and release the negligence that comes from maybe just giving your 2 cents in without really looking at the surroundings and the landscape to see if it's appropriate. Okay. All right, here we go. 4 cards. We have the Sun card. Okay. Sun card. The 9 of Wands. See, it's almost like we started out the gate very, very like lively, and then we got into the game, was like, oh, that was a bitch. I didn't expect that. We don't want any of those moments, okay, Sagittarius? We don't want any of those moments. Then the 10 of Wands. You can't make this up. You cannot. It's right here. It's right here. And then having to go back to the drawing board. 3 of Pentacles, having to put that work back in because we underestimated or overestimated something and we didn't have the exact calculations. All right. So we want to, most likely the way we want to do this, we start from here. This is how we want to do it. We work for it and then we come into our glory, instead of assuming that the win is ours to be had and then having to go back and relearn how to do a play again. Okay, Sagittarius, not a good look, baby. You could be dealing with Leo energy, fire sign energy, okay? But this is a time in which you really want to look over something. You want to, what is it? Measure twice, cut once. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Capricorn, what are we releasing, Capricorn? Capricorn, unnecessary sacrifices. We're done sacrificing. Okay. No more sacrificing for anybody else's dreams or goals or unnecessary sacrifices. Right? It's time to knock the ball out of the park. Period. Okay. And that's on period. All right. So let's go ahead and get 4 cards for the sign of Capricorn. We got through this pretty quick. I see that I've been on here for an hour. It doesn't even feel like it. It's just like a breeze. 4 cards for the sign of Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising. 4 cards for the sign of Capricorn with this full moon energy. Okay. The 2 of Coins. 8 of Cups, finally leaving something behind. A lot of people have been getting that 8 of Cups. It's time to this is really in alignment with this, with the new the full moon. It's time for that release. And it looks like Capricorn, your advice is putting you in direct alignment. It is your season. Happy birthday to my Capricorns out there. But it is your season for this release. Okay, this will put you in alignment. So I love to see the fact that we're no longer juggling things, okay, and sacrificing our time and our worth to things that don't serve us. We're finally putting that behind us. Very, very good, Capricorn. Okay, very good. We have the Emperor. Okay, you're coming into your own, being able to move your own empires. Okay, very strong energy. Okay, it's like once we stop negotiating with the universe, we leave behind what doesn't serve us, we come into ultimate power. Boom, Capricorn. Okay, and look at that. We have the Emperor and the Empress. That's beautiful. Some of you are coming into divine partnerships. I can speak to this. This is beautiful. Okay, you're finding your counterpart, or this is because you're leaving behind what doesn't serve you anymore. It makes room for the right balance. Okay, the seeds that you're planting going forward have a beautiful, beautiful future ahead. Okay, very beautiful. All right, this is about you knowing your worth. You've already made all of the sacrifices. Happy birthday, Capricorn. You've made all of the sacrifices. This is for my Capricorn sun, moon, or rising. Congratulations. Because what we're coming into, my dear, is full alignment with the divine energies. So long as we stop juggling and leave behind what no longer serves us. This is very powerful. Okay? Don't let anyone take you off your square. All right? This is your year. Okay? Your year, Capricorn. That's beautiful. Very beautiful energy. Okay, so then let's go ahead and get into it. Aquarius, we have the MVP of best, accomplishment of action. Accomplishments of action. So it's time to release non-action. Okay, it's time to release acting that doesn't have an end goal. It's time to release that, okay? It's time to go towards our accomplishments. It's time to show up with our accomplishments. So if you've been playing it too humble, too easy, it's time for you to show up. Your energy, I believe that with you, what is that? You are, your season's coming up. Okay, so you have a birthday season coming up, an early birthday to my Aquariuses. But let's go ahead and get a read for you. Releasing that shyness, releasing any type of energy in which you do not stand in your accomplishments, or it could be the opposite. If you lead with all of your accomplishments, it may be a time right now to come from a more authentic place. Okay, but I'm for a lot of you, you've not been standing on your accomplishments. You've probably been standing back in the shadows, and it's time for you to stand on the things that you've accomplished. You accomplished them. Okay, it's definitely your time to be very proud of that. Okay. We have the King of Coins, the Four Apathy. No, the Four of Wands, and then the Devil card. Okay, and the Death card. It's time to put an end to apathy. Okay, the things you accomplish are noteworthy. Okay, and I don't think that you're giving yourself the proper credit, and you're giving too much credit to outside sources. Okay, maybe you feel as though you need to give credit to outside sources when you yourself are the source. You yourself are the star. I mean, literally in the tarot deck, you are the star, Aquarius. So this is a reminder of that, okay? A direct reminder of what role you play and how you get things moving, not just for yourself, but for others, okay? You are an accomplisher of goals. And maybe some of you have been experiencing some deep depression and maybe a little bit of not knowing which way to go, which way is up, which way is down. But I'm here to tell you that take the time you need, go through the proper release, but you are fantastic. And some of this, you have forgotten the structures that you have helped build that are monuments to success and beacons of hope for other people. Okay? Be inspired by your inspiration again, Aquarius. Be inspired by your inspiration again. All right. I can't wait to do your monthly reading. I cannot wait. Now, the last but not least, we have Pisces. Pisces. We have the rule book, okay? It's time to release the rules. Some of you have been following the rules to a T, okay? And it's time for us to release that. How are you able to show up in this unlimited and vastness that is Pisces, okay? If you are following the rules, that some rules are meant to be broken, and I think that this full moon transit is really going to show you that. The full moon is taking place in the sign of Cancer, which trines your energy, so it highlights you. Okay, you are the ruler of the 12th house. Okay, so there's no such thing as rules when we're talking about the unlimited possibilities of the universe. So for you to be following rules to a T like this, it takes you out of alignment with your energy, Pisces. All right. So we don't want that. All right. So Pisces, let's get 4 cards for the sign of Pisces. And we're going to end it here. Guys, I will be resuming the monthly reads on tomorrow. Some will be live and some will be pre-recorded, okay? And I've actually made pre-record a couple tonight while I have the time, because tomorrow my Saturday is crazy. After this, I'm doing a lot of work for clients and a lot of conjure work. I am a practitioner, so your girl's going to be busy. I may be able to get 2 videos out, but I cannot promise anything. All right, Pisces, 4 more cards. Okay. We have the Page of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, you need some excitement. Something's very monotone. Okay, what you are trying to calculate here is the lack of innovation and imagination in your life right now, Pisces. Okay, everything is almost exacting. Okay, it's exacting. Maybe you have been listening to people who really don't support the changes that you want to make. Okay, they really don't support the changes you want to see. All right, and it's time for you to cut that BS off and start to move forward in your life. The rules that someone else is setting for you is like a trap. It's like a prison, and it doesn't apply to you and the needs in your needs. So why subjugate yourself to that? Okay, it's time to cut that out. Be decisive about it. Be clear-minded. Okay, and take it forward with the Page of Wands, with the Knight of Wands. Okay, you could be dealing with a fire sign individual, another water sign individual, but this is going to come in it and manifest as changes. Now, it may not be a pleasant experience, but a lot of times when we get stagnated in our life, people manifest in our life to remind us to shake it up from time to time. And again, for you, Pisces, the rules are meant to be broken right now at this point, and this is what may be coming to realization for you. Okay, I love you guys. This was your full moon, Cancer full moon, eclipse full moon reading. Okay, I want to talk to you more about how to utilize the full moon in spellcraft and conjure work and basic things for you. But we're going to do this on a separate channel that will be like our vlog. I believe I don't have it listed in the description box, but it will be Nala Ife Live. You may be able to search it on YouTube, but we don't have content there yet. And we'll talk more about the occult and metaphysical practices that can really help enhance your life on that channel. So that is going to be coming. Okay. Outside of that, I love you guys. I will see you with the readings, and we should have everyone completed by, I would say, in a couple of days. Okay. So definitely check back for your sun, moon, rising full reading for the month of January going into February. Okay. You may be able to click on the links to see some of the other general readings, whether the link is here or it is on this side of the screen. Okay, I don't know, child. You should be able to see it here in a few moments, or you probably already see it. Anywho, I love you. Have a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you soon in the reads. Bye.